My name is Ellen, and welcome to our 12:30 enrichment program. So I am up here on the observation deck up top. I've got lots of people up here with me, and I bet there's a lot of people down below at those viewing windows. And everyone is looking at our star Holly right now. So this is Holly, our 6-year-old female. She is our matriarch, even though she is currently the smallest bear that we have here. We just threw out a plastic tube filled with goodies, and we're hoping Holly will use that big bear brain of hers to investigate that and get all the food out of there. I would like to extend a welcome to all of our listeners online. This broadcast is put on our website, so we are live right now. We've got lots of people online checking in. And then all of the people here, thank you for visiting. So we see Holly is picking up everything off of the ground before she decides to whether or not she wants to investigate that tube. Black bears are very opportunistic, so she does kind of want the easiest stuff first. So it looks like she's going to finish cleaning up and then head over to that tube, and we'll see if she decides to get those treats out or not. She might reach in and get some with that long, sticky tongue that black bears are known for. So they've got that long tongue that they can use to get insects out of rotten logs. They can also pick things up off the ground. As you saw her grabbing those treats off the ground very easily, they can be really precise with that tongue. She's not eating a whole bunch of dirt as she grabs those treats. We do have some people looking for Lucky Bear, who is also out in our big enclosure right now. That is our 12-year-old male, and usually when we see Holly, Lucky isn't far behind, so we are kind of surprised that Lucky's not here with us right now. But as of now, we just have Holly Bear, and this is probably how she likes it. She's been getting a little sick of Lucky lately. They've been fighting, and it's all been play fighting. We know this because they're not making any vocalizations. And although they are having a little bit of fun, Holly usually decides that she gets sick of it and runs away pretty quickly, and Lucky will sometimes meander after her. Holly is doing a great job just rolling that tube over to get those treats out. You can see she does it a little bit at a time. She uses that paw to roll it forward, some treats fall out, and then she uses that precise tongue to pick up the food. You can see she's not exerting a whole bunch of effort to get this food out. Like I said, bears are opportunistic, and I kind of joke that they might be a little lazy. So black bears don't really like to expend a lot of energy to get some food. They aren't hunters. They don't chase down prey or anything like that. They just kind of wander around and eat what they find. And as you can see, Holly's sitting here comfortable and just casually rolling that with her front paw. She's not tossing it up in the air. She's not trying to step on it. She's not doing anything too crazy. She's just nice and calmly eating that food. You can see she also occasionally looks up and around to make sure her surroundings are safe as she eats. Bears like to be very aware of their environment. So although our black bears here are perfectly safe, we're very nice to our bears. They've got nothing to fear. In the wild, black bears might have some threats, mostly humans. And they do like to look around. You know, they keep their ears perked and check out their environment whenever they're eating. There, she did a quick look to her side. They're very conscious of sounds and smells. They don't want any sort of danger approaching them. So black bears did evolve as prey animals thousands of years ago. When they crossed the land bridge and came to North America, they found a land covered in all kinds of predators like saber-toothed tigers, American lions, giant short-faced bear. There she goes. So she is starting to put a little bit more work into that since everything's not falling out right away. She's taking a sniff around, checking out if Lucky's going to come and try to steal her food from her. So when they arrived in North America to encounter all of those large animals that could be threats, they were unable to compete with them, which is why they adapted that generalist behavior. They just kind of eat lots of things. They're not too picky because if there's something bigger than them, they usually aren't going to try to compete over it. They also evolved that ability to climb, and that is to avoid danger. So black bears were maybe threatened by the saber-toothed tigers, but saber-toothed tigers were not very good climbers compared to our black bears, and they could quickly scale a tree to get away from that danger. Same with our giant short-faced bear, which was much too large to do any climbing. So they have kept that behavior now, and they are still acting kind of like prey animals, although there are fewer threats. Although people do pose a large threat, thankfully we do have, limited hunting seasons to make sure that our numbers stay healthy. So Holly doesn't really need to be looking around because if anything were to threaten her, we would be able to spot that probably first and prevent that from happening. But she doesn't totally have that instinct anymore to calm down since she's in a safe area, so she is very wary of her environment, which is cool because that is natural black bear behavior, and it's great that we get to see it. So although she has some food out right now, it looks like there might be something in there that she very specifically wants, because she's very interested in that. Holly is pretty good at these enrichment activities. However, I don't think any of our bears can hold a candle to Tasha, who is definitely our expert at enrichment. Tasha is extremely food-driven, and she usually solves these things quickly, knocking lots of food out all at once and then stopping to eat the large piles that she's created. Holly Bear is a little more calm in her approach, and if Lucky were to come up here, we would see that he's very cautious when he does things. So Lucky's kind of our slow-moving guy. He is just pretty timid for a black bear. He doesn't really like loud sounds or kind of new things. If any of the interns were to change their smell in any way, say we got new detergent or change their shampoo, Lucky would be a little bit more suspicious of us, and he would have to give us a long smell to make sure he knows who we are. So it looks like Holly was after some grapes. So red grapes are one of her favorite treats, that and yogurt-covered raisins. She does like those other foods we have in there, but those red grapes are really desirable. She likes red grapes more than green grapes, as do most of our other bears. They do like green grapes, but if we have both colors, they definitely want us to give them those red grapes first. Looks like she's ignoring some of those almonds behind her. Not sure why. I didn't know that she didn't like almonds. Maybe it's just today she's not really feeling very almondy. Sounds like Lucky is not moving from his spot in the back, so we will not be seeing Lucky this afternoon. He might come up later to go for a swim. He's our big swimmer. We have some apples out there to see if he goes bobbing for apples. But sounds like Lucky is very comfortable where he is. It's a really comfortable day here in Ely, Minnesota. It's in the mid-70s. So even though that's a very comfortable temperature for us, but black bears still have their winter coats, so this temperature might be a little too warm for them. Our girls are both shedding right now, so you can see lots of brown patches of fur on their back. Holly here especially is looking a little scraggly. Our males are just starting to shed, but Lucky is as handsome as ever. So they do have those winter coats, and this is a natural time for them to start shedding. They have those summer coats for a very short period of time. So our bears do like to take a dip in the pond to cool off. Lucky's probably back in the shade, not trying to move too much. Even though we do have treats up here, sometimes their comfort is more important than their bellies. So Holly may or may not try to climb that tree to get the rest of the treats that are on that trolley. But she had lots of treats down here, so who knows if it's worth it to climb that tree. Holly will probably not go into the pond. She's not big on swimming. She likes to get her paws wet, and that's about it. If she does decide to go in for an apple, she'll usually grab the apple and pull it to the side and eat it on land. So Holly Bear's just finishing cleaning up everything on the ground. I'll just talk a little bit about our oldest female for a little while. So Holly, like I said earlier, is 6 and our matriarch. Black bears do live in a sort of matriarchy in the wild, although they're primarily solitary. The oldest female is usually the boss should they encounter each other in the wild. We say this because it especially comes out during mating season. Females do get their choice in males. If males do encounter each other and fight over a female, she'll usually choose the victor, but again, that is just kind of her final say. Females also maintain territories in the wild, so they will guard a territory of around 6 to 8 miles. Male black bears will wander between these territories, creating an area much too large to defend. So they won't fight each other over territory, but again, they may get into squabbles over females. Holly, because she's our oldest female, is the boss here. Tasha does know how to push her buttons a little bit. They are pretty good friends outside of mating season, but Holly, will sometimes have to lay down the law. We see her do that with Lucky as well. Should he bother her too much, usually it just takes a look, sometimes a swat, to get him to knock off whatever behavior she has decided she doesn't appreciate. Looks like she's starting to wander back off to the back. She might go say hi to Lucky. Even though he does bother her, they are pretty good friends, and they do love to play with each other, even if she acts like she doesn't like it. We know that she does go find him, and they do have nice times together. They actually hibernated together, which is unheard of in the wild. Any bear sharing a den in the wild would be a mother bear with her cubs, but two adult bears would never hibernate together in one den. However, Holly and Lucky decided to spend the winter together in his bunker. So Lucky went in there kind of early and started to settle down for the winter, and then Holly decided that looked like a pretty nice spot. So she just shoved her way in there. Lucky doesn't really have any say in the matter because he is not the dominant bear. Holly is. So he had two choices. He could either scoot over and let her stay, or he could go find another place. He chose to stay. So they kept each other warm, and that bond grew even stronger between the two. We do have lots of natural vegetation for our bears to eat in our large 2.5-acre enclosure. When berry season kicks in, it'll be hard to get our bears to do anything because they all do love that wild fruit the most. Ted and Tasha will both eat store-bought strawberries, but Holly and Lucky will only eat those wild strawberries. I gotta say, there is a huge difference, so I can't blame them for that. But when we get them to go in and out of their enclosures, it's usually because we have food rewards. So yogurt-covered raisins and red grapes are kind of the big guns around here. If we really need them to do something that we would like them to do, we show them that we've got their favorite treats, and sometimes they listen. They do have rather selective hearing, so they do know their names, but they don't always respond. But if we have some good treats, they might listen to us and come into their enclosures. When they've got better food out here, though, why would they go into their personal enclosure? So it can be a struggle later in the summer. But it's already a little bit of a struggle because they are, black bears. If they don't want to do something, we cannot make them. So I'm not seeing Holly anymore. She looks like she got everything she wanted out of that tube. Left all those almonds, though, which I do find interesting. I haven't seen that before. Our bears do have preferences. Lucky does get a little insulted should you try to feed him a banana chip. So we try to give them their favorite foods, but sometimes they get kind of persnickety on us. I think I will sign off right about now. So thank you all for listening to my broadcast.